Today's video is one in a series of lessons on the SAT reading. Today we will discuss understanding stylistic devices. Welcome to another video presented by the Learning Depot. In literature and writing, a figure of speech, also called a stylistic device or rhetorical device, is the use of any of a variety of techniques to give an auxiliary meaning, idea, or feeling. Sometimes a word diverges from its normal meaning, or a phrase has a specialized meaning not based on the literal meaning of the words in it. Examples are metaphor, simile, or personification. Stylistic devices often provide emphasis, freshness of expression, or clarity. Understanding stylistic or rhetorical devices is key to aiding your comprehension of the SAT reading passages or any other complex text. Authors will use figurative language such as symbolism, metaphors, similes, personification, to name a few. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. A metaphor is nothing more than a comparison. The night is a big black cat uses metaphors. The night is a big black cat. The moon is her topaz eye. The stars are the mice she hunts at night in the field of the sultry sky. Notice the use of the verb to be, is, and are when comparing the night to a black cat, the moon to the eyes, the stars to the mice, and the field to the sky. An extended analogy is also a comparison. It's another form of a stylistic device used on the SAT reading and in complex text. An extended analogy is a kind of extended metaphor or a long simile in which an explicit comparison is made between two things for the purpose of furthering a line of reasoning or drawing an inference. This is an example from the Man of the Year. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. It's an old phrase, basically anonymous. Politicians are a lot like diapers. They should be changed frequently and for the same reason. Keep that in mind next time you vote. Good night. A flashback is another stylistic device. A flashback is an interjected scene that takes the narrative back in time from the current point in the story. Flashbacks are often used to recount events that happened before the story's primary sequence of events to fill in crucial backstory. Foreshadowing is an advanced sign or warning of what is to come in the future. Foreshadowing is used as a literary device to tease readers about plot turns that will occur later in the story. The use of clues or hints to suggest events that will occur later in the plot. This is used to build suspense or anxiety. Irony is another stylistic device. There are four basic types of irony. Definition, a contrast between what is expected and what actually happens. Situational, something happens that we wouldn't expect to happen. Example, a fire station burns down. Dramatic, the reader knows something that the characters do not. Like in Home Alone, we know that Kevin has planted traps everywhere, but the thieves don't. Or verbal, what is said is different than what is meant. The example is you tell someone to break a leg, but you mean for them to have good luck. Allusions are references. In this example, we have an allusion to a young man who is a Romeo with the ladies. This alludes to the literary reference of Romeo falling in love with Juliet and Juliet falling in love with him, meaning this young man has luck with the ladies. Imagery is another stylistic device. Authors use sight, smell, taste, sound, and touch to make their writing come alive. An understatement is another stylistic device. An understatement underscores the obvious. So, for example, in the picture, you have rocks and a sign saying uneven surface. Personification is the attribute of human characteristics. The flame of the candle danced in the dark. An anecdote is simply a story. Qualification is an important stylistic device, and it is used in SAT writing and in complex text, because a qualification is a limitation on the scope or precision of your claim, often expressing degrees of confidence or probability. Academic argument is typically about probability and possibility, not certainty, and therefore uses a lot of qualifiers such as many, some, few, and possibly. Rhetorical questions are also used in arguments. Rhetorical questions are meant to engage the reader, and an answer is not expected. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see you real soon.